And you know what? That's good. That's what you want. You want it out of the bag. And you know what? If that means you're going to break up with your boyfriend, or you're going to start going into a crying jag for 3 months, or you're going to break a coffee machine, or you're going to throw plates, or you're going to tell somebody, you know what? I actually don't love you anymore. Or actually, I'm in love with you. Or whatever these things are that for some reason you've been going underground with and feeling like, at the right time, or maybe later on, or I'm not feeling anything, or I'm in denial about it, or I'm anesthetizing myself from it, right? These things that we turn it off, so then we get stuck in this sort of gray kind of area, and we're like existing in life, but we're not thriving. I talked about that before, right? I think what's exciting about any kind of creative process that starts to open you up to that stuff is it doesn't mean it's supposed to all fit nicely back into a suitcase. It's supposed to come out for a reason. And one of the things that I was talking about is, it shouldn't be about numbing off and dumbing yourself down so that other people can feel comfortable with you feeling. If people are not okay with you feeling, that's their problem. Actually, you're a blessing in their life because as an actor, as an artist, your goal and part of your journey in life is to show other people how to feel. So if other people are not okay with you starting to then you know what? As I kind of told some people in today's class, sometimes that really sort of can define relationships in a good way. Those people will start melting out of your life. Okay, that's okay. New people will come to take their place. Or it will further solidify a really good relationship. Get what I'm saying? Why are y'all looking at me like crazy? But it's true. So it's okay if you have to ruffle some feathers. There was a guy in the days class today I thought was interesting. It's not exactly related to this, but I just want to say it because today's day class brought up so many thoughts for all of us. But he said, I'm so concerned about not sucking in his work that his point of awareness is outside of himself, judging himself to not suck. Therefore, ergo, he is not available to the moment, and he's not released, and he's not in the moment. So what happens? He ends up sucking. The very thing that we are expending energy to avoid, what happens? Yeah, you got to face it. So, I don't know. I just think it's like life is a crazy Rubik's Cube in that regard, right? Like the thing that you're avoiding, all of a sudden, like you're face to face with it. And I think the point is all of it's okay. Which leads me to the last point. I guess these things are all really connected, which is, today's quote I thought this is so crazy to me. The quote today that I sent out is by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he says, don't be too timid and squeamish about your actions. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. Listen, you guys, experiments mean failure, falling apart, making mistakes. And when I woke up today and I sent that quote out, I was like, I want to do a lesson on that, but I don't really know what that is yet. And sure enough, something happened later on in the day today where it wasn't a big, catastrophic mess, but I made a mistake, both Robin and I did, and it kind of brought up a lot of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is a classic use of this quote and this philosophy, which is, so what? It's okay. Because at my age, I'm not supposed to make any mistakes? No. Because it brings up stuff and it's not always comfortable to feel the stuff that it brings up? No. It's okay. So part of it is just allowance. It's allowing whatever comes up to be there. That doesn't mean you don't try to correct wrongs or address something that needs to be addressed, or communicate your needs, or try to fix a problem. I'm not asking to be in avoidance, but I'm also asking you, allowance is not beating yourself up. That's the key. I called Nicola about it because I was a little upset with myself, and I said, at my age, really? And then I went through that whole, again, I took the brain drain train of beating myself up about that shouldn't have happened. And it's really silly. And so something that is really innocuous becomes a very destructive thing in our lives because we beat ourselves up for it. So just take a breath. Can we all just take a breath? I don't think you're breathing. And you just allow. Just allow. You do it just great where you are in life.